you get a little bit lazy and you assume everything's cutting straight and true, and you didn't look at it close enough, and all of a sudden, boom, you found a few with wavy cuts. So Alright, time to start milling again. I've already done the piss on the log that's going up. It's a 21 inch at its widest. It's a pretty wide log. I think I can handle it though. Oh, the blade is tensioned, the water is there. Now I'm going to see if I can start this, choke all the way on. Seems like lately if I put that halfway, first time I gotta pull it through because that's where it snaps you back. So, and then I go all the way down. And that seems to be the way I need to start. On a couple of my previous videos, some of these logs, when I tried to flip them up, they would roll back on me. I did take some advice from a viewer that said if you flip those up the whole way, those stops, and leave them there, it would stop it from rolling back. Ever since then, I do use that piece of advice, and it has helped me on certain occasions. Just doing a quick check on what size cants I can get. Also lowering it off the jack for the pith, and then I need to turn it. Turning at 180 does seem to be giving me better results, especially in the squareness of the log. So I'm going to continue to do the 180s. Now, as you see by the tape measure, in order to get rid of all the wane, I would have had to go down to 10 inches on the scrap cut. I didn't. I went down what I thought I could get a 2x4 on top of it. Needed a couple more 2-inch cuts in order to get to a square can. Not the best view for you guys, but this is now an 8x10 cant. I've done a fairly good job of keeping the pith in the middle on this one. I measured this a few times because something just didn't feel right. Don't know what it was, but something's not quite right. I probably should have put a square on it just to double check. Only flipping over to keep the pith in the middle as much as I can. Now I measured this one more time and I noticed a slight difference in the measurements. One is 8, one's not quite 8. This is where I first noticed my problem, that possibly I'm getting some wavy cuts causing me to go out of square. Now that this is a 6x8, I'm going to flip it up one more time. I want to keep that. I want a 6x6 with the pith in the middle, and I'm going to cut this 2x6 off the top. With the 6x6 cut, it's time to start some of these 2-inch flitches. So here I go, got my flitches. While editing, this looks like the place where I might have started the wavy cuts. If you watch the blade, it looks like it's waving a little bit. I may be pushing it too fast through here, which kind of makes the problem worse. I believe this would have been a much better saw if Woodmizer would have installed and sold with this saw. The stabilizing bar, the adjustable one that comes out there from the right-hand side, that would help the blade stay true and not become as wavy as easy as it does. And now I'm going to take and stack the 2x8s up there and split them and make 2x4s. Now I do realize some of my 2x8s were a little bit off on measurements, but by the time I rip them, and then I'll let them dry a little bit, and then I'll rip them all again down to 3.5 instead of 4, so I have some room for error right now.
Okay, another log is cut up. That one was 21 inches at the biggest diameter. The one previous, I thought it was a 20, must have been bigger. That one fit okay at 21 inches. This is what I got. There's one 6x6, and here's a 2x6x8. Now these are 1x10s by 8s. Now there's a couple bad spots in the ends. I figured these would make good stair chasers because you don't always use it the whole 10 foot. Then I got a bunch of 8s again. 3, 6, 9, there's 11 there. Some of them have a little bit of wane on them, but they'll be okay for what I'm going to use them for. I did have one come out bad. This one here has a wavy cut, which tells me my blade must be going bad. I did have a little bit of problem. If you notice, one of my measurements was a little bit off. It was a little bit under 8. So, which hopefully that doesn't create any issues. I usually let these dry for a while and then I cut them down to 3.5 standard size. But I do let them dry. That way if they curve or anything else, I can find some other place to use them. So I'm not sure whether I did something wrong or whether the blade was going bad. Here again, that was a sharpened blade, so I'm assuming maybe the blade was getting dull already, because where it started getting wavy was right around some knots. So I think I'm going to have to change the blade on the next cut again. These sharpened blades just aren't as lasting as long as I want them to. The new one lasted 3 logs, this one, or 3 trees. This one, I'm not even through a tree yet. I've only done 2 logs and it looks like it's going bad on me. But so I don't know whether it's worth getting them sharpened or not. It doesn't appear like it is. But I'm going to continue to move on here. I got to stack these up and put them away. That's a little bit more work. After editing and stacking these, I noticed a few other wavy cuts. They were only on the edges and not on the 2x4, the flat spots, the 4-inch part, just the 2-inch, which I'm grateful for that. Now for me, wavy cuts can be caused by a bad blade, going too fast, I guess just not paying attention to what you're doing. So these are small things I need to rectify. Okay, well, everything's stacked and stickered here. While I was stacking them, I did find a couple more boards that had uneven cuts in them, wavy cuts. I guess I got a little bit lazy and a little bit, I figured everything was okay after the first log turned out so good. I had no problems at all in the first log. This second log is giving me some trouble, so I think the blade was starting to go bad. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to have them any more sharpened. I think I'm just going to buy new ones and then run them till they're pretty much done. But like you said, you get a little bit lazy and you assume everything's cut straight and true, and you didn't look at it close enough, and all of a sudden, boom, you found a few with wavy cuts. So keep that in mind. Always check your boards often. I didn't check often enough this time, so shame on me. I appreciate your time, and thanks for viewing, and thanks for watching, and please subscribe and like and share and ring that bell so you don't miss any of my videos, and help this old man out. So once again, it's the old man with the plan. I'll see you later.